True Gamer here, and I'm back with another episode. Okay, first up to the table is In the Rays of the Light, developed by Sometimes You and Sergei Sergeik, released in 2020, and this is an indie adventure game which at the moment to get a physical sealed copy is pretty rare. So you know eBay at this moment in time is going crazy with the prices. But good news is the digital version is very cheap. Then we have Stray, an excellent game, and Blue 12 Studio were the masterminds behind this masterpiece. Released in 2022, first came out digitally on the PS Plus, and this is a PlayStation exclusive with only the PC owners having the privilege to play as the most cutest and deadliest cat. And this was published by Annapurna Interactive and I Am 8-Bit. If you want a physical copy, I advise you to get it now before prices spiral out of control. So this is Stray. Next is Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy, developed by Eidos Montreal and published by Square Enix and Square Enix Europe, released in 2021. And this cover art has rich, vibrant colours beaming out from every direction. And if you haven't played this game by now, what are you waiting for? This game was just pure entertainment from start to finish. Still remaining in the superhero universe, Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales, one of the best Spider-Man I've played in the series so far. I even like the fact that it wasn't too lengthy. They got the play hours just right, in my opinion. Insomniac Games and Nixxes Software were the developers, and the legendary Sony Interactive Entertainment was the publishers. And this was one of the launch titles for the PS5 in 2020. Ghostwire Tokyo. This game I haven't played yet. I'm just waiting for it to drop on Game Pass, to tell you the truth. But as it stands, it is exclusively for PlayStation. As you see here, guys, the artwork just looks gruesome with this evil figure towering over the city. This was released in 2022. Tango Gameworks brought this to life, and Bethesda was the publishers. Can't wait to check this out on Game Pass, because with Bethesda's involvement, you know it's inevitable. Now this is a peculiar one, Lawn Mowing Simulator, and I have the Landmark edition, and this is most definitely a game which will remain in the cellophane, because I have no interest in playing it. I just picked it up because it was going ridiculously cheap, and if I'm lucky it might morph into a hidden gem. It was developed by Skyhook, and Curve Games were the publishers. And saying that, guys, doing this video I done a few checks, and this game is starting to creep up in price, so keep your eye on this beauty. Mech Warrior 5, another game which was reasonably cheap at the time, but I can see this ending up in the rare category of titles in the future. So if you see this on your travels, snatch it up fast. This was firstly released on Windows in 2019, then ported over to the PS5 in September 2021. Piranha Games were the developers, and Piranha Games and Fireshine Games was the publishers. So this is Mech Warrior 5 Mercenaries. Now this game was available for the PS5 launch, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. The campaign was set during the 1980s, and this was the 6th installment in the Black Ops series. Treyarch and Raven Software were the developers, and Activision were the publishers, and this was released in 2020. Next up, Call of Duty Vanguard, a game with mixed receptions. This is the 18th installment overall in the series, which is a great achievement to create so many episodes in the franchise. Now, Vanguard is part of the World War II series, and it's the latest addition to the World War II series so far. It was released in November 2021. Sledgehammer Games were the developers, and Activision, as always, were the publishers. One of my favourite movies of all time has crossed over and produced another game, Terminator Resistance Enhanced, and that cover is a classic because it takes you back into the Terminator universe. Came out originally in 2019, then arrived on the PS5 in 2021. Teon and Teon Japan were the developers, and Reef Entertainment were the publishers. I'll be honest, these days I'm getting scared to open sealed games because I look at them all now as a precious commodity to enter that special club. And I bet soon from now, all of these titles will either end up on Game Pass or the PS Plus services. So, as the old-fashioned saying goes, I think I better jump on that digital train, because if you don't move with the times, you get left behind. So anyway, that's another 10 sealed games to enter that special club. And I have to add, if it doesn't have the PlayStation strip or ribbon, as some will say, I'm not really interested, because it always puts my mind at ease that I have purchased the real thing. Because there's so many counterfeits going around which can trick the best of us. Okay guys, if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. Even better, subscribe. Till next time, see ya.